Good morning. Welcome to the Ashes to Rubies live podcast, Life and Recovery. Here we are on a gray rain day on a Friday. And we're coming into race weekend. If you don't know what that is, it's a race that the city is involved in. And we are the non-alcoholic option for kombucha brewery, Carlington Booch. Have you ever been in a race?
I did a 5K walk. I didn't call it a race.
Congratulations. You did? For where?
What? Here? What does that mean? For where?
Where did
I did
a race?
It wasn't a race. I did a 5K walk. Like you pay your registration fee, and then you go downtown and you meet where everybody's meeting. And you do the 5K.
Like
so
walk
today or tomorrow, there's going to be like a 5K, a 10K. There'll be a half marathon, a full marathon. But those are Sunday.
You should enter that.
On Saturday, there's going to be a 5K and a 10K, and I did a 5K.
Mm-hmm. Did you do the 5? Like, was that the coldest night walk?
No.
It was like I've also done that. At a race. Okay. That's what
it was at a. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Other people were racing.
There was racers that were racing, and
I just don't remember if it was at Ottawa Race Weekend or if it was at the Army Run or if it was at
long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. I don't think I've ever been in a race. Like I've been in the rat race. I've been in a race against time. I've been a race. I've been chased by the police. Those are races. Racing for my life. I don't think I've ever been in a real race. I think young in track and stuff, I was in races, but not like big track meetings and that kind of thing. But we had friends in Indonesia, and Uncle Tony, we call them. He was a marathon runner. And so he would run marathon races. And so we got in trouble because in his marathoning, what they would do is every whatever kilometers, there would be drink stations. In Indonesia, there's no drink stations. Yeah. Beast mode. So he needed drink. So he was very successful because probably he was drinking water and other people weren't. So I think there was some discrepancies on that he was cheating because he was drinking more water than the stations allowed. So I remember the mass of people just coming under a bridge. It was really, it's really cool to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not a marathoner.
No. I knew that about you.
Yeah.
I knew that about you. You don't like to walk anywhere.
No.
Never mind 5K.
I can do the 5K. 5K takes me about 55 minutes from the Jericho Road walking days. We would do a 5K or a 3.5K. It depends what mood John Ruby was in. But today is race week. We will be down in the where is it? Where are we going to be?
Festival Plaza. We're going to be in Ottawa at Festival Plaza at City Hall.
City Hall. There's the word. Words are eluding us today. All right, here we go. May the 27th. May the 27th. Yes. Sometimes it seems to us we have more than a fair share of problems, burdens. We're so submerged in them that we can't imagine any way out. It's like trying to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps to raise our thoughts out of this frantic state. We can do it, though, if we learn to use the leverage of God's help. It is always with us, ready to give us the lift we need. What happens then is that we are enabled to see beyond what seems to be. In the fellowship, we call this getting a perspective on our troubles instead of pinpointing our thoughts on the trouble. We call this getting a perspective on our troubles instead of pinpointing our thoughts on the trouble. Today's reminder, whatever may happen today, we will think of it as a challenge which I am able to meet. If it is good, I will receive it gratefully as a special gift. If it is not good, I will deal with it as well as I can, knowing it will pass if I do not let it overwhelm me. I will not let the good make me complacent, nor will I allow the not good to drown me in despair. Quote, things cannot always go as you want them to. Accept disappointment quietly. Cultivate the gift of silence when speaking may aggravate the difficulty. Cultivate the gift of silence when speaking may aggravate the difficulty. Yeah, there's a lot of problems.
The pause.
The storm has caused lots of problems, and it can be overwhelming. Generators and gas and power lines and race week and all the things. But I was reminded of, I always think of it, but the pressure of crushing grapes or olives, like, because we don't drink wine. Crushing grapes makes olive oil.
Mm.
So in the pressure comes the goodness if we're willing to go through that. That's what I thought of when I read that. I like it when other people have problems and they're learning and growing and they're having revelations. And I'm like, yeah, oh, that's so good. I'm glad it's happening to you and not me. But then when it does happen to me, am I have that same attitude where it's like, this is really hard, but this came to me and God's speaking to me about this and I'm challenging this whole way of thinking and God's providing a way out and all of that cool stuff.
So this is encouraging us to pause and not just be reactive and emotive and act in frustration, and but to accept disappointment quietly, and then cultivating the gift of silence, because sometimes speaking can aggravate the difficulty.
Oh, you're talking about our relationship.
No, I'm just reading the quote at the end.
I know.
And I remember, so I used to say, don't throw fuel on the fire. That's what I would tell myself. Don't throw fuel on the fire.
The other thing that trouble can bring, or the storm, let's say, is realizing that I'm in a complacent state where I'm not including God in everything. And then all of a sudden, I need God to be included in my problem. Shouldn't God be included in our whole life? And he's with us in the problem, and we're just maybe praying a different prayer of help me, I'm powerless, speak for me, guide me, inspire me, enlighten me, give me eyes to see what I need. So that was another thought, is that these the pressure or storms can actually show me that I'm complacent, because if I'm all of a sudden reaching out for God, that means he was farther than he probably needed to be in my life. So there's a good thought.
That is a good thought.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're so smart.
Oh my goodness.
SMRT.
All right, we are going to leave and go about our business. We hopefully will see you at the races. It's a race. My favorite race movie, although they haven't come out with very many good race movies, was with Mr. Bean in it. And it was a race. And it was actually a very good movie. I forget what it was called, but Mr. Bean was in it, and they were being gambled upon. But very funny movie. Maybe that'll be a good weekend watch. It's a race. Keep the peace, be of good behavior, and we'll see you this